Hi, and welcome to Turra & Company, the mother-daughter podcast about everything. Our mission is to make herstory, aka history, not by going viral, but by doing something that has never been done before in our family. Whether we have 2 listeners or 2 million listeners, we are bringing you our very best, and hopefully we are learning and growing together in the process. Now let's enter into the Turra & Company experience and create herstory, aka history, together. Welcome to Turra Talks, the breakout show that I hope will invoke thought and inspire growth. Recently, I had an epiphany that I wanted to share with you all. The epiphany is, from now on, no matter what, I will show up as my authentic self. What is authentic self? I'm so glad you asked. Back in 2021, I went back to school for my degree in psychology and learned as humans, we tend to operate in our authentic self or our adaptive self. The authentic self is who you are at your core, and the adaptive self is who you are when you choose to shift your actions to suit yourself or others' needs. Lately, I've been flowing more in my adaptive self and less in my authentic self. I have basically been trying to keep the peace. There's nothing wrong with keeping the peace, but I do not want to lose my peace in the process. I find that when I'm working more in my adaptive self, I tend to lose pieces of myself. I find I am at my best when I'm operating at 85% authentic self and 15% adaptive self. That is my sweet spot, and I'm happier at this ratio. If you do an assessment and find yourself with a high percentage of adaptive self, I am willing to bet it is impacting your mood and you're probably not feeling your best. That is more than likely because you are not operating fully in your authentic self. I try to check in with myself and how I'm feeling regularly. I challenge you to take inventory of your mood and how you feel. I bet if you're not feeling your best, you will conclude that you have been operating in your adaptive self more than you should. I challenge you in the coming weeks to assess how much you are working in the adaptive self and how much you are working in your authentic self. Take an assessment of your mood when you're operating in each form of self and try to come up with a ratio of each that suits you best. My 85-15 may not be the best ratio for you, but with intentionality, you will find your sweet spot and know what works best for you. The best mode for me is authentic self, because anything else is fake to me. And by fake, I mean I'm trying to please you more than I'm trying to please me. That doesn't work very well for me. Remember, authentic self is who you are at your core. So if you're not operating in authenticity, little by little, your core is being stripped away, and that is never a good thing. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Turra Talks. And don't forget to join us on our regular podcast episodes of Turra & Company that premiere every week on Mondays. Hey, do me a favor. If you're enjoying this show, like I think you are, please tell a friend about Turra & Company. Don't gatekeep. Don't forget to follow us at Turra & Company on all our social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I am Turra, your Turra Talks host, and I thank you for joining me on this journey where we are learning and growing together. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. We look forward to you joining us on the next episode. Until then, be inspired and enlightened.